Your Honor, today we will hear the case of Mr. Justin Driver. My name is Rachel Coleman. Today, I'll present the defense for Mr. Driver. The facts of this case is Mr. Driver is an 18-year-old freshman at Tougaloo College. One day, he decided to wait outside of his dorm to wait for a friend. When the dorm director decided to step outside of the dorm as well, he smelled marijuana. As a result, Mr. Driver was accused of smoking marijuana on campus. Consequently, he was expelled from Tougaloo College for illegal drug use. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the question before the court today is, was Mr. Driver given his full due process rights and his full rights and protections of the 14th Amendment? The answer to the question is no. Mr. Driver was not given his full 14th Amendment rights. Instead, he was convicted on evidence that was not substantial and was merely an accusation. If he had been given his full 14th Amendment rights, he would have been given a full evidence-based investigation that would have led to whether he was guilty or not, and then he would have been expelled or the charges would have been dropped. This has happened to many civil offenders. Unlike criminal offenders, civil offenders are not usually given their full 14th Amendment rights due to the nature of their crimes. And there are many Supreme Court cases that are similar or relevant to this case. One example of Supreme Court cases similar will be Goltz versus United States. In Goltz versus United States, a juvenile offender was convicted of making inflammatory statements on a phone call to a neighbor. The Supreme Court reversed his conviction because he was not given any due counsel, or was he notified of his rights before his conviction. Another case is similar to this will be Kent versus United States. Kent versus United States furthered the ruling and precedent set by Goltz versus United States because it set the precedent that all offenders, whether they be juvenile or adults, and civil or criminal, deserve to have their full 14th Amendment rights respected. Another case that is similar to this case would be Gross versus Lopez. In Gross versus Lopez, a group of high school students were suspended from high school for violating school policy. However, they were not given a hearing or an investigation prior to their suspension. Neither were they given a warning before their suspension. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of them when they sued the school at the Supreme Court level because they had violated the 14th Amendment rights. One of the reasons behind this ruling was that all students, whether they be on a campus or whether they be on a college campus or a high school campus, deserve to have their full 14th Amendment rights respected despite the school's rules. Ultimately, Mr. Driver was not given full due process before his conviction, and as a result, his expulsion needs to be overturned.